You got to crawl, you got to walk, then you run.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Franchise Feedback. My name is Terry Coker. I'm a franchise consultant. I'm here with my friend Ray Fanning.
Hi everyone, I'm Ray Fanning and welcome to Franchise Feedback.
What does a franchise consultant do, Ray?
Terry, a franchise consultant has the opportunity to work with people to help them understand what their business ownership options are. Plain and simple, we get to work with you to determine what you're looking for and see if there's a business out there that will help you achieve your goals and dreams.
Yeah, and we produce these episodes of Franchise Feedback so that you just get to learn a little bit about who we are, what we do. So we dip into the mailbag, we pull out a question. What's the question that we have this week, Ray? Because we do FAQs from the world of franchising. So who sent something in this week?
We had a lot of questions this week, Terry, and let's take a second and tell everyone out there, particularly think about your questions and send it in to us. It's not only will we answer it for you, it's really helpful for everyone else.
We really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you.
The question we have this week is from Matt in Arizona. Matt, thank you for your question. The question is, I want to be a multi-unit owner. How many territories, how many locations should I invest in?
Oh, good question, Matt. You should invest in the right number of territories. It depends. Okay, so to drill down, not just to leave that dangle, but to drill down on that, when you investigate a franchise, you should look at the unit economics of one unit. And you'll do validation calls and we'll teach you what those are and how to do those. And you'll talk to multiple franchisees within a system, and then you'll get a range for one unit. Then it's math, right? You take your goals, what you want a gross revenue to be on an annual basis versus what you want your net to be to determine how much money you want to make. And then, Matt, it's kind of like Monopoly, right? Remember, 4 green houses equals 1 red hotel. Figuring out how many territories to secure up front, it's kind of like the Monopoly model. Does that make sense to you, Ray?
Absolutely, Terry. Great advice.
What advice would you give Matt on how many territories is the right number?
Sure. Hey, Matt, I really enjoyed your question. I hear this question in different forms, and I find it intriguing. So the answer, as Terry was just telling you, answer is pretty simple, but you have to peel it back a little bit. If I had to give you in a short version, 1, math, 2, something my mom used to say, you got to crawl, you got to walk, then you run. So my advice would be to use an informed decision process, use a process, get the answers, do the math, and figure it out for you. But don't let your eyes get too big for your belly, Matt. It's going to be important. You might want to be an empire builder. You may even start with a few, you might buy a few territories to start with, but make it be based on the math and the science and the work you do, as opposed to, I just want to buy, this part of Arizona. Don't let it be from a place of loss or fear. Let it be from a place of excitement based on the research that you've done. That makes sense, Terry?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. And in this layer of possibility in the franchise world, you're going to be the CEO of the operation. You're going to be using a manage the manager model, meaning you're not going to be working in the business as much as you'll be working on the business. And that's how you get your leverage in that model. Good question, Matt. We really appreciate that. If you'd like to talk to Ray or I, simply leave us a comment, send us a direct message, and we'll schedule a Q&A call with you, question and answer call, so that we can deal with your specific questions and get those answered. And once again, thanks to everyone who watches us on Franchise Feedback. Say goodbye, Ray.
Goodbye, everybody.